Hi everybody, I'm Heidi or Pixar T, and in this video I will be giving you your September rising sign horoscopes. We're going to start with the new moon on September 6th. That will be some sort of new beginning in our Virgo house. We have a trine with Uranus, some other trines going on that day, so it'll be a fairly smooth new moon, and we will get into the specifics with each sign later. So let's talk about September 10th. That will be the Venus ingress into Scorpio. So Venus ruled placements will feel a bit of a challenge. That's Taurus and Libra, or if you are in a Venus perfection year or month, you will feel this transit. Whatever house Scorpio rules for your chart, you'll probably feel a blessing moving into that house for this day, for this ingress. And then moving on to September 14th, that will be Mars's ingress into Libra. And this is another planet going into its detriment or its fall. So Aries and Scorpio will feel a challenge. We'll feel a bit of a confrontation or an issue in our Libra house. And we will get into what that means specifically for each sign a little bit later on. And then on September 20th, we're going to have our full moon in Pisces. And so in the Pisces part of our chart, we're going to feel a culmination, an ending, something finishing, something coming to its peak, and then, ending. And Mercury will be trining Jupiter that day. So we might have expansive or positive messages coming in around the same time, which will be nice for that full moon. And then let's talk about September 22nd. That will be the sun's ingress into Libra. Libra season begins. And we like Libra season, but the sun is actually moving into its fall when it goes into Libra. So there will be a major plot shift to our Libra house. There might be something that happens that feels like a step down. But also Mercury will be squaring Pluto that day. So it'll be an intense day in general, with intense news, intense announcements, maybe having to do with travel or communication, Mercury things. And then finally, the last aspect I'm going to talk about this month is Mercury stationing retrograde in Libra. So there's a lot of focus on the Libra house of our charts this month. There'll be a delay, a block, a reversal, classic Mercury retrograde things. Geminis and Virgos will feel this shift especially, as well as people that have Mercury as their perfected Time Lord. So let's jump into each sign. Okay, so for Aries risings this month, there'll be extra focus on your 7th house. There'll be extra focus on partnerships, one-on-one time, clients, your relationship, and maybe friends you spend time with a lot. Extra focus on the 7th house and partnerships. But to start off the month on September 6th, we have that new moon in Virgo, and that'll be your 6th house. So there will be some sort of new beginning, some sort of seed being planted in regards to your daily routine, possibly your health. These are all the different possibilities. Your health, your coworkers, your pets. So keep an eye out for that. And then the next transit we're going to look at is when Venus moves into Scorpio on September 10th. So Venus will be moving into your 8th house. There'll be a blessing moving into your 8th house. So it's kind of a mixture of good and difficult. You'll have possibly a blessing in regards to something you've been anxious about, something you've been fearing or grieving, or possibly a blessing in regards to other people's money. Or your partner's stuff. So then moving on to September 14th, when Mars moves into Libra. Mars will be moving into your 7th house. So there will be some sort of confrontation or issue that you have with someone close to you in your life, or maybe your partner's life, because Mars is moving into your 7th house. So a confrontation in relationships, with partners, clients, close friends, one-on-one time in general. And moving on to September 20th, that is our full moon in Pisces. And that's going to be in your 12th house. So there'll be a full moon in your 12th house. There'll be a culmination, something finishing. maybe something that was hidden that's now coming to light. So that's for the 20th. And then on the 22nd, September 22nd is when the season changes. Libra season begins. And so the sun moves into your 7th house. That's illuminating your partnerships again, your client work, maybe your friendships. And then on September 26th, we have Mercury's retrograde in Libra. So you will have some sort of revisitation, block, or delay in regards to your relationships, partnerships, clients, one-on-one time, close friends. That's more 7th house emphasis. So that's what we have for you this month. A lot of focus on relationships or close friendships, the 7th house, one-on-one time. So please comment below, let me know what happens. So for our Taurus risings, there's going to be extra focus on your 6th house this month. So there's extra focus on your daily routine, on your coworkers, on your health, on your pets, and also being of service, wherever you are of service in your life. There's extra focus there. So let's start off with the new moon in Virgo. That'll be in your 5th house. That's new beginnings in regards to kids, projects, anything you create, anything you enjoy, music, art, creativity, pleasure. So a new beginning with a project of some kind. So on September 10th, Venus moves into Scorpio, which is your 7th house. So there may be a blessing in regards to your relationships or your close friendships, your client work, your one-on-one time. And then moving on to September 14th is when Mars moves into Libra, which is your 6th house. So there may be a confrontation with coworkers or issues with pets. Not unsolvable, but there may be something that comes up that needs to be dealt with. Maybe with your health or your daily routine as well, or wherever you are of service in your life. And then moving on to September 20th, that is the full moon in Pisces, which is your 11th house. So there'll be a culmination or ending, maybe coming to the peak and then ending. Some sort of culmination in friendships, groups, networking, or someone powerful that you know. Some sort of culmination there. And then moving on to September 22nd, that is when the sun moves into Libra, which is again your 6th house. And so that is illuminating something in regards to your health, your pets, your coworkers, your daily routine, or where you are of service. A lot of focus there this month. And then on September 26th, we have our Mercury retrograde in Libra. That's your 6th house. So there will be some sort of block or delay or revisitation in something in regards to your health, your coworkers, your pets, or your daily routine. So extra focus there this month. Let me know what happens. Please comment below. And then let's go ahead and move on to Gemini Rising. For Gemini Risings, there's extra focus on your 5th house. There's extra focus on pleasure, joy, maybe your kids, your projects, art, music, anything you create. There's extra focus on joy and creativity this month. So let's start with the new moon in Virgo on the 6th. On September 6th, we have a new moon in Virgo. That will be your 4th house. So there's a new beginning with your home, with your property, with your family, your ancestors. Some sort of new beginning there. And then moving on to the 10th, on September 10th, we have Venus moving into Scorpio. And that is your 6th house. So there's a blessing in your daily routine, hopefully, maybe with your pets or with your coworkers. Some sort of blessing there. And then moving on to September 14th, Mars is moving into Libra. And so that's your 5th house. So there may be some sort of confrontation, some sort of issue with maybe with your kids, or possibly with a project that you've been working on, or with art, music, creativity, joy and pleasure. There may be an issue or confrontation in regards to those things. And then on September 20th, we have the full moon in Pisces, and Pisces is your 10th house. So this is going to be an exciting full moon for you. It'll be a full moon in your 10th house. So there's a culmination with the way your reputation, the way you're seen, possibly your career, some sort of culmination there. On September 22nd is when Libra season starts. So the sun moves into your 5th house and begins to highlight again those themes about joy, projects, children, creativity, fun stuff. Lots of illumination there. And then on September 26th, we have our Mercury retrograde in Libra. So we're having your ruling planet stationing retrograde. So you will feel maybe a delay or block or some sort of health issue, just something that makes you have to rest more, essentially. Your ruling planet stationing retrograde. Luckily, it's stationing retrograde in your 5th house, so you can revisit old things that brought you joy, possibly. A revisitation, a block, a delay in regards to projects, kids, enjoyment, pleasure. And so let me know what happens this month. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And so let's move on to Cancer Rising. Okay, so Cancer Risings. This month, you're going to be focusing a lot on your 4th house of home, family, ancestors, property. And let's start with the new moon in Virgo on September 6th. That'll be in your 3rd house. So there will be a new beginning in regards to maybe how you've thought about something before, or maybe how you communicate things, communication in general. Maybe a new beginning with cars or technology, siblings, a new beginning with siblings or neighbors or your neighborhood, or with school also. All possibilities here. And then on September 10th, we have Venus moving into Scorpio, and that is your 5th house. So there will be a blessing in regards to your projects, your creativity, your pleasure and enjoyment in general, possibly your kids. So on September 14th, Mars moves into Libra, and that's your 4th house. So there may be a confrontation or an issue in regards to your family or your home or your property or your ancestors in general. There may be a confrontation or an issue there, but that's just for the ingress, so it won't last. And then on September 20th, we have the full moon in Pisces. So that's a culmination in your 9th house of spirituality. Something's culminating, something is finishing, something has come to a head in your 9th house. That's spirituality, writing, school, travel, philosophy in general. And then on September 22nd, we have the sun moving into Libra. We have Libra season beginning. So the sun's moving into your 4th house. We have an illumination of family, property, home, ancestors, something to do with your roots, essentially. So that'll be illuminated for the coming month after that. And then on September 26th, we have Mercury's retrograde. And so there will be a revisitation, a block, or delay in regards to your home, family, property, or ancestors. But it'll just be a small block because it is just a Mercury retrograde and it'll station direct a few weeks after that. So let me know what happens. Please comment below. I would love to hear from you. And then let's move on to Leo. Okay, Leo risings. This month we'll be focusing a lot on your 3rd house. So there will be a lot of focus on your neighborhood, just doing stuff around your neighborhood, your neighbors, possibly your siblings, your extended family, as well as communication and cars, travel by cars, and then also school will be a focus too if you're in school. But let's start on September 6th with that new moon in Virgo. And Virgo is your 2nd house, so there'll be a new beginning in regards to your finances, your personal physical property, sometimes your diet even is related to the 2nd house. And then on September 10th, we have the ingress. We have Venus moving into Scorpio. And so that's your 4th house. So there'll be a blessing in regards to your home, your family, your property, or your ancestors possibly. a nice blessing coming through there on the 10th. And then on September 14th, we have Mars moving into Libra, and that's putting more focus on your third house. Possible confrontations or issues with siblings or neighbors or cars, travel, writing, maybe some sort of issue there, but nothing that can't be hurdled over. It's just Mars's ingress into Libra, where it is not very happy. So on the 20th, on September 20th, we have a full moon in Pisces, and that'll be in your 8th house. So this full moon might feel a little bit more emotional for you. There'll be something is lit up in regards to what you have been fearing or what you are anxious about. Also, possibly your partner's stuff or other people's money, some focus there. And then on September 22nd, we have Libra season starting. So the sun moves into your 3rd house, and that's more 3rd house stuff. So we're illuminating and bringing more attention to your neighborhood, your siblings, your communication, your schooling, your car, 3rd house stuff highlighted. And then also on the 26th, on September 26th, we have Mercury retrograde in Libra. So that's in your 3rd house again. So we will feel a block or a delay, a revisitation of something regarding communication, cars, technology, siblings, cousins, your neighborhood or school. So that's what I have for you this month. Please comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what happens. And let's move on to Virgo Rising. Virgo Risings this month will be focusing a lot on their money, their finances, getting their stuff together, essentially. Extra focus on money. But to start off, on September 6th, we have a new moon in your 1st house in Virgo. So there'll be some sort of new beginning in regards to your identity or the way you look, possibly. Your physical looks, or maybe having a big realization with this new moon. So on September 10th, Venus moves into your 3rd house. Venus moves into its detriment in Scorpio, and you may receive a blessing in regards to your 3rd house. So there may be a blessing with your travel, with your schooling, with your communication, technology, siblings, neighbors, some sort of blessing coming in for you there. And then on September 14th, we have Mars moving into Libra. So there may be an issue or a confrontation in regards to your finances or your physical possessions. That's the 2nd house, rules your stuff. So Mars going in there may be some sort of issue, some sort of hurdle that needs to be hopped over. And then on September 20th, we have a full moon in Pisces. And that is your 7th house. So there's some sort of culmination in your house of partnerships, close friendships, one-on-one time, client time, some sort of culmination. Something is finishing, something is ending. And then on September 22nd, we have the sun moving into Libra. So we have the sun moving into your 2nd house. So there's an illumination of something in regards to your finances, your physical possessions. Something comes to light here on this day. And for the next month as well, there's focus on your 2nd house. And then on September 26th, we have Mercury's retrograde in Libra. So we have your ruling planet, Mercury, stationing retrograde. You will feel this as a block or delay, or maybe just needing to rest and reflect more. In general, you'll feel that on the 26th. So that's a day to highlight on your calendar as a Virgo rising. And that's what I have for you this month. So if you comment below, that'd be great. I would love to hear how your month goes. Love to hear from you. And let's move on to Libra risings. For Libras this month, there is extra focus on yourself, on your identity, on possibly the way you show yourself to the world, the way you look, or maybe your realizations, how you view yourself and how you view your life. You're going to have a lot of focus there this month. So let's start with on September 6th, we have the new moon in Virgo. So we have a new moon in your 12th house. So there can be a secret. It's the 12th house, so it's hard to see. So it's secret or it's hidden. There's a secret or hidden new beginning, basically a seed being planted, possibly of spiritual nature if you are aware of it. The 12th house can be very spiritual. So moving on September 10th, we have Venus moving into Scorpio. So we have the planet of blessings moving into your second house. So this is a blessing in regards to your finances, in regards to your physical possessions and the stuff you own. Okay. And then on September 14th, Mars moves into your first house, moving into Libra. So there may be some sort of confrontation or issue that you deal with that day. It's pretty broad being in the first house, but it could be regarding the way that you look. It could be regarding the way that you view something, having a realization. And then on September 20th, we have the full moon in Pisces. So that'll be in your 6th house. There will be a culmination or something finishing or ending in regards to your daily routine, in regards to your coworkers, being of service, wherever you are of service, some sort of culmination there. Also pets. So something is highlighted, something is finishing, and then starting over. And on September 22nd, we have our season change. We have the sun moving into Libra. So the sun moves into your first house. The sun is actually in its fall in Libra. So there may be some sort of small little hiccup that happens during this ingress, but overall it'll feel really good to have your sun in the first house. You'll be illuminating just yourself, focusing on yourself more, your identity, the way you view the world, how you look, just a lot more focus there, a lot more access to how you feel, just kind of coming to understand yourself a little bit more. And then on September 26th, we have Mercury's retrograde in Libra. So if you're a Libra rising, you will feel this Mercury retrograde more than usual. There will be a block, a delay, a revisitation of something that has been visited before. It may be regarding a realization you've had recently. It may be regarding a relationship, or maybe your identity or the way you look. So some big changes here this month for Libras. A lot of focus on Libras this month. I would love to hear from Libras especially. So if you comment below, that would be great. I'd love to hear from you. And let's move on to Scorpio Risings. All right, and for Scorpio Risings this month, we have a pretty interesting month. A lot of focus on our 12th house. So a lot of focus on hidden stuff, secret stuff, or distractions. Sorry to bring the news, but it'll be a pretty distracting month for Scorpio Risings. As I pull a hair out of my face as a Scorpio Rising. So let's start with the new moon in Virgo on September 6th. We have Virgo in our 11th house. So there may be a new beginning in regards to groups, networks, friendships, any group you're in, like-minded people. That's all 11th house. So some sort of new beginning with friendships or groups, most likely. And or somebody with authority. And then on September 10th, Venus moves into Scorpio. So Venus moves into your first house. And so there'll be a blessing with your physical looks, your identity, some realizations you had, or maybe a Venetian person comes into your life at that time. Either way, it's a really good time for Scorpio Risings. Maybe it's a good time to take pictures. It's a good time to do Venetian things as a Scorpio Rising. And then on September 14th, Mars moves into Libra. So Mars moving into Libra won't feel great for Scorpio Risings. Mars will be moving into the 12th house. So there may be some sort of hidden issues that are stirring or stewing behind the scenes. There may be health issues. You may just need to rest more in general and have alone time more in general as well. So it's not all bad. But overall, needing more rest and needing more alone time is common for this transit. And then on September 20th, we have a full moon in Pisces. And so that'll be a full moon in the 5th house. There will be a culmination of a project, finishing up a project, or possibly anything you created, maybe something with your kids, anything you enjoy. There will be a culmination and a highlight of joy, pleasure, and creativity. So September 22nd, we have the sun moving into Libra, and we're having our season change here. The sun moving into your 12th house highlights again what I said earlier about needing more alone time, needing more rest. In general, 12th house transits indicate alone time and rest. So we have more focus there for the coming month. And then the final transit I'm going to talk about is September 26th. We have a Mercury retrograde in Libra. So we have Mercury retrograding in the 12th house. So again, there may be a surprise block, a surprise delay, or revisitation of something that has been visited before. Maybe revisiting old spiritual tools, because the 12th house is very spiritual as well. So that's what I have for you this month. I'd love to hear from you, so please comment below with what happens for you. We can compare notes, because I'm a Scorpio Rising too. All right, moving on. Sag Rising. For Sag Risings, we will have extra focus on the 11th house. So we have extra focus on friends, on groups, on networks, or possibly powerful people you know as well. But to start off, let's talk about the new moon in Virgo on September 6th. The new moon in Virgo will be in your 10th house. So there will be a new beginning. This is an exciting new moon for you in your 10th house. We have a new beginning with your reputation, how you are seen, how you are viewed, or with your career in general. A new beginning there. And then moving on to September 10th, when Venus goes into Scorpio. Venus moves into your 12th house. So there will be a surprise blessing for you. Probably around this time. A surprise blessing or spiritual blessings. And then on September 14th, Mars moves into Libra. And so that'll be your 11th house. We're highlighting your 11th house. There may be an issue or a confrontation with a friend or with a group or a network, possibly powerful people you know. Maybe an issue or a confrontation there, but nothing that can't be dealt with. And then after that, on the 20th, we have the full moon in Pisces. There'll be some sort of culmination in regards to your family, your home, your ancestors, your property. Something is highlighted, something is finishing, and is restarting, essentially. And then on September 22nd, we have the sun moving into Libra. So that's another 11th house focus for you. There's illumination in regards to friends, networks, groups, or powerful people you know. A lot of focus there for the next month. And then the last transit I have for you is September 26th. We have Mercury retrograding in Libra. So we have some sort of block or delay or revisitation in regards to your friends, your groups, your networks, or powerful people you know. So don't be shocked at this block or delay. It's just a retrograde, so it'll clear itself up over the coming weeks. So Sag Risings, please, I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know what happens and comment below. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about Cap Risings month. There's going to be extra focus on your 10th house. So there's extra focus on how you are seen by the people who know you, extra focus on your reputation or your career. Extra focus on being seen this month. Let's start with September 6th though, the new moon in Virgo. Virgo is your 9th house, so there will be possibly a new beginning in regards to a philosophy or a realization that you've had recently. Possibly a new beginning with occult practices. That's tarot, that's astrology, maybe travel, maybe schooling, also writing. A new beginning for your 9th house. And then moving on to September 10th, we have Venus moving into Scorpio. So Venus will be moving into your 11th house. There will be a blessing in regards to your friends, your networking, groups of people that you are intertwined with, or powerful people you know. Some sort of blessing coming through there for you. And then on September 14th, we have Mars moving into Libra. This is the 10th house focus that I talked about earlier. There may be some sort of confrontation or issue in regards to your reputation, your career, or how you are viewed. There may be some sort of issue that needs to be cleared up there, but that'll just be for the ingress, so nothing that can't be handled. On September 20th, we have the full moon in Pisces, and so that'll be a full moon in your 3rd house. Some sort of illumination, culmination, or finishing up of... The 3rd house is kind of weird, so the themes would be siblings, neighbors, neighborhoods, cars, travel, also schooling and writing, communicating in general. Some sort of culmination with communication as well, or how you view something. This is all 3rd house stuff, so a lot of focus there. But then moving on to September 22nd, that's when the sun moves into Libra, and the sun moves into its fall in your 10th house. So again, we're focusing on your reputation, how you are seen, and possibly your career. There may be an issue there, another little issue that needs to be dealt with, but overall, it'll be nice highlighting that part of your chart. I predict you will be seen more than usual with the sun in your 10th house. And then moving on to September 26th, that's when Mercury retrogrades in your 10th house in Libra. So there may be a block or a delay or needing to go over what you've been doing with your 10th house and redo it or revamp it. Some sort of revisitation in regards to how you are seen, your reputation, or your career. So a lot of focus on the 10th house this month. Please let me know what happens. Comment below. I would love to hear from my Cap Risings. Moving on, Aquarius Risings. So for Aquarius Risings this month, we have a lot of focus on the 9th house. So we have a lot of focus on possibly a new philosophy, traveling, spirituality or the occult, religion, schooling, writing. The higher mind is a focus this month. But let's start with September 6th. We have a new moon in Virgo. So there may be a new realization. There's a new realization in your 8th house. There may be a new realization in regards to fear or anxiety or grief, possibly money or your partner's stuff. Some sort of realization, new beginning there. Just be extra aware of the anxiety that could come up during this transit for you, and know that it'll pass because it's just the new moon. And then on September 10th, we have Venus moving into Scorpio. So we have Venus moving into your 10th house. So there'll be a blessing in regards to the way you are seen by the people in your life, possibly your career or your reputation. A blessing there though. And then on September 14th, we have Mars moving into Libra. And so Mars moves into your 9th house, and that was that focus on the higher mind I was talking about earlier. There may be a confrontation or issue in regards to a philosophy you hold, possibly spirituality or the occult, or traveling is also a big one with the 9th house. So there may be an issue there for you, an issue with writing or communicating in general. But it's just for the ingress when Mars moves into Libra, so this isn't anything to be too afraid of, but just be aware there may be a issue or confrontation, a hurdle to deal with when Mars moves into Libra on September 14th. On September 22nd, the sun moves into Libra, which is your 9th house, again focusing on that higher mind part of your chart. So there may be an illumination or extra focus on traveling, on philosophy, on writing, on school, occult practices, any 9th house stuff, extra focus. A good thing about this transit is that when the sun moves into Libra, it moves into your 9th house, which is the sun's joy. So this will be kind of an extra enlightening month for my Aquarius risings. And then finally we have on September 26th, Mercury retrograding in Libra. That is in your 9th house again. So we're revisiting all of this 9th house stuff we've been discussing all month. We have a block, we have a delay, or again, a revisitation of something regarding a philosophy you hold, traveling, spirituality, writing, schooling. Some sort of block, delay, but it's just it's a little Mercury retrograde, so it's nothing too serious. It'll get resolved within, the coming weeks. So that's what I have for Aquarius risings. I would love to hear from you, so please comment below and let me know what happens. And yeah, moving on to Pisces rising. So for this month, there's extra focus on healing, extra focus on grief, anxiety, fear, money, and possibly your partner's stuff. So this month will be a little more anxiety prone for my Pisces rising, so just be aware of that and have your tools at your disposal. Let's start with September 6th. We have a new moon in Virgo, so that'll be a new moon in your 7th house. We have a new beginning in regards to relationships, partnerships, close friendships, client work, one-on-one time, some sort of new beginning in regards to relationships. And then on September 10th, we have Venus moving into Scorpio. So there will be some sort of blessing in regards to a philosophy you hold, maybe traveling, a blessing in regards to traveling, or spirituality, the occult in general, religion, writing, some sort of blessing in regards to the higher mind. So that'll be nice for September 10th. And then on September 14th, we have Mars moving into Libra. And so Mars will be moving into your 8th house. And this will feel a little bit challenging, it'll feel like an issue or a confrontation in regards to something you've been fearing, possibly, or none of that. And it's possibly an issue in regards to money or your partner's money or your partner's stuff. The eighth house a lot of the time has to do with your partner's stuff, your partner's life. So it's Mars. So some sort of confrontation, some sort of issue, but this is just for the ingress. So just be aware of the possibility of extra anxieties coming up for you. And on September 20th, we have the full moon in Pisces. So we have a full moon in your 1st house, a culmination of maybe something in regards to your identity, your physical appearance, the way you view the world, the way you view yourself, some sort of culmination, some sort of highlight there. A big focus on your 1st house. That'll be a really nice full moon for my Pisces risings. And then on September 22nd, we have our season change. The sun moves into Libra. So the sun will be moving into your 8th house. There will be some sort of illumination or focus again on the 8th house themes that we've been discussing. Something that has come up for you in regards to fear, grief, anxiety, or money, or your partner's stuff. So more highlights there when the sun moves into Libra. And to finish off the month, we have a Mercury retrograde on September 26th in Libra in your 8th house. So more focus on this 8th house. We have a revisitation, a block, a delay in regards to other people's money, in regards to your partner's stuff, or maybe in regards to your anxieties, your grief, your fears, something that needs to be healed. Overall, I'd say when the 8th house is focused, when the 8th house is being focused on extra, we are meant to heal whatever's coming up. So this is going to be a serious month for my Pisces risings as well as my Scorpio risings. So that's what I have for my Pisces risings. I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know what happens and comment below. And that's what I have for the whole month overall. Okay, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Tell me if you like this so I can continue doing it. And check out my other videos as well. Check out Pet Astrology, check out the forecast if you want more information on this month. And again, thank you for being here. I will catch you next time. Bye!